Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is Jack.
My name is Callum, and welcome to the Jack and Callum Podcast.
Now, this podcast might be a bit different to ones you've seen before. On this podcast, we actually have a spin wheel with 5 different topics on the wheel.
And in each episode, we're going to spin the wheel to decide which topics we get, and depending on how long we talk about each topic, that just sort of depends how many... Not depends, that determines how many topics we'll end up talking about in each episode.
We've not seen the topics. Well, we've got the list, but we don't know which topics are going to come out. Obviously, it's all random. We've done no background research or had a thought of anything that we're going to talk about. So it's all just off the top of our heads, just talking as we go.
Mm-hmm.
So, without any more waffle or any more explaining, we're going to spin the wheel.
Yeah, so let's go. Spin the wheel.
Oh, who are we going to get? Who are we going to get? Or what we're going to get?
Holidays.
Holidays. Well, something that we can't have at the minute with with COVID, but yeah, we'll see what we can talk about. I mean, I don't know if you can tell, but this is uncut. You're getting it fresh. Any stuttering or any mistake we make is staying in.
Yeah.
So it could be a lot of, but yeah, that's just what you're going to get, I'm afraid. Yeah, hopefully we can master the art of podcasting when we do a few more episodes.
Mm-hmm. So holidays. What have we got to say about holidays besides the fact we can't have any this year and we couldn't have any last year?
Yeah. Should we kick off with the last holiday that we went on?
Yeah, let's do that.
Yeah. Right. I'll let you go first.
Right. So the last holiday I went on was in 2019. That would have been to Weymouth, I believe. I think it was either Weymouth or Great Yarmouth. One of those. I keep getting them mixed up.
Yeah.
But I did do a holiday vlog for that one, didn't I? I did back then. You turned off your camera.
Yeah, I accidentally pressed the button on it. Right, I'm going again. Sorry for my camera cutting out there. We'll move. We'll carry on. I've put the remote control down now, so yeah, the camera won't turn off. Brilliant podcast.
What was I saying?
Did you do a holiday vlog?
Yeah, 2019 holiday. Yeah, I did do a holiday vlog for that, didn't I?
Yeah, I think you did. Yeah.
Yeah, that would be on our old channel if you fancy going to find that to watch it.
Yeah, good luck.
Yeah, it's been because it doesn't feel like it, but because lockdown's made it feel like it was so long ago, so I'm struggling to remember what exactly we did.
Yeah, I mean, it's been weird, really, lockdown, because it doesn't seem like it's been a full year since, obviously, COVID, but not a full year, just under a full year since COVID started. But yeah, everything before COVID now just feels such a long time ago. Yeah. Well, I actually went on holiday last year, and we didn't go away for long. It was just a couple of days. It was around the August area when the rate was quite low and lockdown was just being eased. So it wasn't too bad. We were only away for, I think, 2 or 3 days. But it was a nice little getaway, a little bit further away from where we live. It was nice. Yeah, nice to get away from where we've been all year so far. Prior to that,
Yeah,
that was Scarborough where I went. It was pretty decent. One of the things that was pretty cool. There was this ride, and my boss had told me about it. That she'd when she went a bit before, that she'd seen this ride. And it was pretty funny. It was quite funny. I mean, I remember watching it, and there was just this one kid, and she was just like, she looked like she was enjoying it. And then the next time I came round, she was in floods of tears. She was absolutely terrified. It was I don't know if it was funny or sad to see, but yeah, it was cool. It was like this ride. It started off going round quite slowly, and it would pick up the pace. It would start going like, wah, 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 like as it went round. Wah, wah, wah. Yeah, it was sick. It was a pretty sick ride, to be honest. That was one of my highlights of my holiday, I think I'd have to say. Not the kid crying, me going on the ride. Let me just put that out there. The kid crying was not a highlight.
Yeah, the kid crying wouldn't have been nice.
No, but yeah, it was pretty cool. I mean, I never usually go on rides like that. I mean, when I was younger, I wouldn't go on any ride really at all. I'd only go on like some of the more childish rides, if you will. But I've started to challenge myself to go on more of the riskier rides. So yeah, that was pretty cool. I was pretty proud of myself for going on that.
Yeah, those sorts of rides aren't for me. I've been on, I think, one in my whole life. I can't remember where it was. Might have been Legoland.
Yeah,
I think.
oh, Legoland.
I didn't like it at all.
Yeah,
Haven't been on one since then.
I mean, I don't like the really high ones or the ones that make you like just go like up and then go backwards or anything like that. But some of the ones that you don't go too high and they're a little bit quick, they're all right. But some of the big ones, like there's one at Thorpe Park where you sort of it's pretty much just like that, and it's almost like a vertical drop. Yeah, absolutely no chance. That's not for me. But yeah, some of the smaller, more daring rides, if you will, I'll give them a go now, I think.
Yeah, the big ones that like do the big drops like that, yeah, definitely never going on those.
No chance.
The one I did go on, I think it just went round in circles and curved in a bit.
Yeah.
And that one I didn't like that at all. So
yeah, I remember when I was a little kid, I went with one of my friends and their family, and I hardly went on anything. So I mean, I feel a bit bad because I kind of wasted their money. Like I mainly just stood and watched the whole time. But yeah, now I'm, like I said, pushing myself to try a bit more. But yeah, we've gone on to theme parks. We're meant to be talking about holidays. I feel this is going to happen a lot in this podcast.
Yeah, I mean that's just what happens with us. We start talking about one topic and then slowly slide into different ones.
Yeah. We were looking. This is based around holidays actually. Last time we were talking, we were looking at where we could possibly go on holiday, after lockdown. Because we've never actually been on holiday together, and it'd be pretty cool if we could do that. We were just looking where like trains go out from our local area, and then we just I don't know how we ended up looking at how long it was to get from one place like at the top of the country to the other. We're just looking at we zoomed in to see how dirty the sea was near where we lived and stuff like that, and we never actually found anywhere that we could go on holiday. But
no.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, well, like you just said, I've only been on holiday with my family, so it'd be a nice change for once to go either on my own or with a friend.
Yeah, we did actually bump into each other on holiday a couple of years back.
Yeah, was it a Scarborough?
Yeah, it was. Like it was my birthday. It was on the time of my birthday, and I went just for. I think my birthday was on the weekend. We went just for a couple of days. And it actually turned out...
I was already there on holiday.
And it actually turned out that Callum was there. And we just bumped into each other. I think it was at the Sea Life Centre.
Yeah, in the street or at the Sea Life Centre, something like that.
We both knew we was going on holiday, but we never actually told each other where we were going. And we just happened to bump into each other. Which was, I mean, the odds on that is incredible.
Yeah, that's mad.
Yeah, and luckily we actually managed to arrange to meet up for my birthday for a bit. So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was a great day. That.
Yeah.
We went bowling.
Yeah, we went bowling.
I remember us going bowling.
Yeah. And then I think we spent a bit of time on the beach, but yeah, that was pretty decent. But yeah,
it makes that holiday a bit of a unique.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't what I was expecting, but I was pretty pleased to see you. Yeah, I mean, you said that you've never been on holiday without your family. I've been. I don't know if you'd class school trips as holidays. Would you class them as holidays? College trips?
I don't know if it's part of like your coursework when when we were at school and there was a trip to go visit castles for history. I wouldn't class those as holidays.
Yeah. I did. Yeah, I went on that. That was a peak trip. We might have to throw in school trips onto a wheel soon because I've got some stories from school trips. Yeah, that was a peak school trip. But yeah, no, I mean, I went on a trip with college to Madrid. We didn't really do anything. It wasn't for us anything to do with our course because I was studying business at the time, and our course was linked with the travel and tourism, and it was based on the travel and tourism like level 3 students, like basically being our tour guides for the time we were there. So would that count?
Yeah, I suppose. If you're not there mainly to do coursework, I'd say that's more of a holiday.
Yeah, it was pretty much a holiday for us really, because we did like the general sightseeing thing. We went around the Real Madrid stadium. That was pretty cool. What else did we do? We went to like an art museum. The bull ring, the local bull ring they had there. It was pretty cool. I remember one of my friends getting out. We had a meal out at one of the restaurants, and someone ordered spicy hot wings as their starter, and we shared them around the table. I mean, I thought it was fairly hot. Some other people just filmed it, and then there was my friend next to me, and he was sweating, he couldn't breathe, everything. He was going on a mad one. But yeah, no, that was pretty cool. I think that was the main holiday that I've been on without any of my family. Yeah, I think that's probably the only holiday, other than that trip to the castle place with school and PGO, that you class as a holiday without my family. But yeah, I mean, like I said, it'd be pretty cool if we could go on holiday together.
Yeah. In my case, if we're classing school trips that aren't for coursework purposes as holidays, the most memorable ones for me would be when School A put on the trips to the Harry Potter studio tour.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I went on that I think 3 or 4 times. History teacher hosted it every year, and I went on 3 or 4 of those.
Yeah, I had a decision to make actually, because I was going to go on the Harry Potter tour. Bear in mind, never seen Harry Potter. I was going to go. I was thinking about going on that. I don't know why, or go to the Paralympics, and I ended up going to the Paralympics, and I do not regret that decision one bit. That was a sick day out. But yeah.
Yeah, the Harry Potter studio tour was great the first time round. It was just me and one other person in our year group.
Was it really?
In year 7 it was just me and one other girl in our tutor group from year 7.
Oh wow.
That was it.
Mad. So it was just 2 people.
And then,
well, how did the trip go on then? If there was that little people interested?
no, the rest of the people going, they were all in year 8, 9, 10 and 11.
Alright, I thought you just meant it was
me
literally
and the other girl in our tutor. No, me and the girl in our tutor group. We were the only 2 people in year 7 who went on that first trip.
Fair enough. I think there was something similar.
Right.
Oh no, the trip to London, and I think there was only me and 1 or 2 others from our year as well. Oh yeah, I did that as well. Trip to London, that was pretty cool. That was decent. I'll class that as a mini holiday, if you will. We did. Where did we go? We went to the West End and watched. I think it was Matilda. It was pretty cool. Apart from the lads who I was sat with, were not bothered can't talk. They were not bothered at all and just messed about the whole time. But yeah, it was pretty cool. We went to Madame Tussauds as well and Thorpe Park. Pretty decent. Yeah, but yeah. I mean, we were meant to be talking about holidays, and here we are talking about school trips.
Well, I mean, if we're classing school trips like those as holidays,
I guess, yeah.
Not entirely non-relevant.
Yeah.
Irrelevant, rather.
But yeah. Right, I'll ask you, what's your favourite holiday that you've been on?
Favourite holiday? Oh, that's tough. The Scarborough one where I bumped into you was pretty good.
Yeah.
And I think my most recent one to Weymouth as well. One of those 2, I think, be contender to best.
Nice. For me, I went to Menorca when I was really young. That was pretty cool, but I don't really remember too much of it. It's the only other time, apart from when I was with college, that I've been abroad. I don't know if I'd probably wouldn't count that as my best. What would be my best holiday? Oh, I don't know. I mean, we tend to sort of go to similar places, so it's kind of hard to remember. It's kind of hard to pick one out. I guess a holiday when it was for my 12th birthday. We went to somewhere in Derbyshire. I mean, Derbyshire, fantastic. But no, it was pretty cool. We stayed in like this sort of cottage thing, and then like it wasn't too far away from some of my dad's family and some of my mum's family. So on my birthday, like we met in this park, and there was family from my mum's side, family from my dad's side. We all met, played football in the park, and had a laugh. That was pretty cool. And then we went to a theme park which was pretty sick. So yeah, I'd probably stick that up there as one of my favourite holidays. It was around the time of the Olympics as well, so I was able to watch a bit of that with quite a lot of my family while I was on holiday, which was pretty decent. So yeah, I'd probably say that one was my favourite.
Nice.
Yeah. You got any funny stories from holiday?
Funny stories. You mentioned in the Olympics reminded me of the holiday we went on in 2008 when the Beijing Olympics happened. Yeah, we were on holiday when they started, and I remember that first night I had one of the weirdest dreams I've ever had, and I can still remember it very clearly.
Okay.
In the dream, I was being chased through ancient China by Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine.
Right. Okay.
I can still clearly picture that in my head to this day.
Yeah.
12 years later.
Wow. That's mad. That like some dreams that I've had before that I can almost remember, like obviously you can't remember all of it because there's bits that you just don't really realise happened, but I can remember there are dreams that I've had that I remember bits of as well. Yeah. But China and what is it? Darth Vader and Emperor Palpatine.
Darth Vader and Palpatine
Lovely.
from Star Wars chasing after me.
Great.
You got any funny stories?
Just trying to think. Actually, I remember a sick holiday I went on for my 16th birthday. That was actually Centre Park. That was cracking. The swimming pool there, it's superb. They've got like an indoor bit, an outdoor bit. Like the outdoor bit's quite warm. There's a bit like kind of outside that's really warm, a bit outside that's freezing cold. These, I don't know what they're called. Like rapid. I think they're called rapids. I don't know. Like you sort of go outside, you glide round, and you just go like down this slope, and it's like takes like fast, great. I mean very fast, and then you just
that sounds like the rapids.
yeah, then you just get like plunged off. I just hit my finger on the table. Like I said, and you go straight down into this like bubbly area of water. That was pretty decent. But yeah, what happened? Funny stories from holiday. One day I was at Blackpool. Me and my dad got completely drenched, and my dad was like, before we went on holiday, my dad was like, "Oh, you don't need to pack any coats, any jackets. You know, it's gonna be really nice weather. You don't need to bother about any of that. The forecast looks pretty cool." And we only packed one pair of shoes as well, me and my dad. Not between us. I mean, we had one pair of shoes each. We didn't share the same pair of shoes. But no, we was out one night, and then it absolutely chucked it down like, I don't know what the technical term would be, but it leathered it down. It was like, I don't know, not enough to cause a flood, but it was absolutely ridiculously fast, the rain and everything. And we had no coats or anything, so we just got absolutely drenched. Our shoes were soaking wet. We had to wear the same shoes the next day, and they were still slightly wet. It was absolutely unbelievable. And the next day, it bucketed it down with rain when we was in a theme park as well. So yeah, from my dad saying, "Oh, don't need a coat," absolutely fantastic weather. And it was beautiful weather in the car on the way. Like, it was kind of weird actually. Half the journey was in unbelievable rain, and my dad could hardly see the front of the car. And then the second part of the holiday was actually lovely sunny weather. The journey to the holiday was sunny weather. But yeah, from my dad saying no jumpers, no coats needed, we got absolutely drenched. So yeah, that was pretty cool. Well, cool. We were cool, quite cold. But yeah, that was pretty decent, pretty funny. There's probably a lot more I've got to say, but I can't really think of them off the top of my head, to be honest.
Yeah. I'm not sure what more I could say on holidays or funny stories, because most of the holidays I've had, the holidays I've had have been to towns like Weymouth and Great Yarmouth, and they look mostly alike. They're seaside towns.
Same.
And the time we spent there was mostly going up and down the seafront.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty similar to mine, to be honest.
Yeah,
like I haven't been on
too much.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, there's not too many distinguishing features to set them apart, really.
Yeah, like we haven't been on any like mad lads holidays where we get absolutely hammered or anything like that. But yeah. So I think
even if I was invited to one of those, I don't think I'd go.
Yeah, I don't know. I might go. I'm not one to really drink that much, but if I was with people that I trusted, then I'd probably go. But yeah, I think that probably draws us to the end of the holiday section. We haven't really got too much more to talk about, I don't think.
No, not really.
Yeah, I can't really think. Maybe you could say bad experience of holidays, but I don't really think I've really got any.
I can't think of any.
I'm just trying to think. I mean, I got lost when I was really little trying to find the caravan, but yeah. Other than that,
I think the worst one I can think of would be the Scarborough holiday where we bumped into each other. I think it was that same day where a bird pooed on my wrist.
oh yeah, a bird
That's
pooed
the
on my
worst thing
jacket the day after.
Yeah, that's the worst thing I can remember from a holiday.
Yeah, I don't think. I mean, if I sit down and think about it, I might have had times where I've done something bad experience. But no, probably like the closest thing would be like getting lost or something. I think that's probably the worst thing. But yeah, no. Other than that, can't really think of anything. I think the battery went flat in the car once I was on a camping holiday. Oh, pardon me, camping holiday. But that's probably the worst thing. Alright, do you want to spin for the next topic if that's all we've got?
Yeah, but yeah, I can't think of anything else to talk about for holidays. So if you can't, I guess we'll spin again.
Okie dokie, let's go.
Right, spin.
Watch you get holidays again.
School.
Oh, school. Oh, what a fantastic place to go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I've got a lot to say about school.
What?
If you've watched our old channel, you'll know I've got a lot to say about schools.
Yeah. What angle are we going to go with on the school stuff? Are we going to go like our opinion on school, funny things that happened at school, favourite subjects, or what? Like, I don't know. I don't know.
Let's try and go for a mix of the great memories that we've got from school and the things about school that we don't like.
Okay.
Let's try and do that.
All right. Well, we both went to the same school from the same 3 schools if you count.
Yeah.
We went to
the same nursery school from nursery up to year 2.
Yep.
The same primary school from year 3 to year 6. And then the same secondary school for year 7 to year 11.
Yeah, we went to the same college as well, but we did different courses, so we weren't really like with each other for much of the time there.
Yeah.
So yeah, a lot of the things that happened at school, we probably did them together. It was in the same class for quite a bit of our subjects. From year 7 to year 9, we were in pretty much all the lessons apart from the core subjects together.
Yeah, because it wasn't until year 10 where they split us off through the different tutor groups for GCSE stuff.
Yeah.
So before that, things like history and geography would have been in the same group.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, so much happened at school, to be honest with you. I mean, school can be quite funny and can be quite fun, you know, when you're messing about with your friends. I think school is quite a fun time to be around, like, because you don't really, other than doing homework, you don't really have too much to worry about, and you can just, your break time and stuff, just have an absolute laugh with your friends. Pretty funny.
Yeah. I mean, they say the school years are supposed to be some of the best years of your life.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't know if we can say that definitively that they are. But
no, I preferred
fairly great.
Yeah, I preferred college to school, but I do think that school was pretty fun when we were having a bit of a laugh.
Yeah.
Just a heads up, I've got about 2 minutes left on my camera, so I'll have to switch something out.
Oh, alright, we'll have to pause in a minute then.
Yeah. Actually, should we do it now?
Yeah.
Yeah, may as well now I've brought your attention to it. Right, we're going to take a mini break, just sort out my camera, and we'll be back when we've done that.
And we're back. We've sorted out the cameras, but it took a little bit longer than we thought it would, so can't really remember where we were. So
we got
something about the good times from school.
We got a little distracted with what's going on in the news at the minute, so yeah. But schools.
Yeah, fun memories from school, I think. So, you got any?
Well, I've got a fair few, to be honest. Laminating my tie, that's quite a funny one.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Getting my tyres stuck in a laminator.
That's a good one.
Oh my goodness me! So on the same day, that day was an absolute mess for me, really. So I remember first lesson of the day, PE. I was playing basketball, and literally, so there was like someone. I think someone behind me. No, there was two people in front of me, and someone had thrown the ball in, and we all sort of jumped to try and hit the ball, catch the ball, knock it on somebody else, whatever, and the person at the front, I think, fell backwards onto the person in front of me, and I was at the back, so I was close to the floor. I went to put my hand down to like stop myself, and ended up, without knowing it at the time, breaking my wrist. And then at lunchtime on that day, sometimes me and Callum would like hang out in the library, like absolute nerds. And we would like try and like do things to get merits. Just like saying it, no, we sound like absolute losers.
Yeah, sometimes they ask for help with doing tasks like putting things on a display or laminating things.
Yeah, and in return for like you'll get like 2 merits for helping, whatever. And I was doing the laminating, and then I don't know if Callum was already in the room or not, but I remember turning around and saying, "Oh, Callum, look how much I've done."
Yeah.
Go on.
Yeah, I was there, sat behind you reading a book while you were laminating.
That was it. So I said to Callum, I was like, "Oh, look how much I've done," and I'd put like the laminating, so I put it through in the pouch, and you put it through, and then put it behind the laminator. So I just leant over to pick up and show Callum how much I'd done and all that, and then as I did that, my tie just went straight into the laminator, and it took. Luckily, it was a clip-on. If it was a real one, I'd be like, yeah, that's a bit mad. But sorry, I shouldn't have done that. I regret doing that right now. Sorry, that don't make that anything other than me just pretending to get strangled by a tie. Anyway, yeah. So it unclipped and it was going through and it got stuck. And I remember just like calmly turning to my friend and just being like, just took my tie, and he was like, "You what?" I was like, "It's got my tie," and he looked down and like it had got stuck in with the clip-on bit, because the clip-on bit had like come open, so it was like sticking up like that, and it had like scratched the rod. It had like got like stuck in the rod, made the rod that spins around, that gets heated up and spins around, that had been like, well, I don't know, scraped, I guess, and yeah, and it completely stopped. So yeah.
Yeah, that was brilliant.
I was genuinely bricking it because I thought I'd just broken it.
Yeah. And well, they were looking at getting a new laminator.
Luckily, they were planning on getting a new one anyway, so it wasn't all that bad. But I had people like teachers saying about that to me for ages. Like my laminated tie. No, it didn't get actually laminated, but my tie smelt like popcorn. I remember it still. It smelled like just freshly made popcorn, and like I had like on parents' evening, one of the teachers came up to my parents like, "Oh, your son tried something that I've never thought anyone would ever try at this school. He tried to laminate his tie," and I was just there like, "Oh my gosh, I had a hooner," but yeah, yeah. Oh well, at least I did that.
Yeah, that was great. That gave me a good laugh. I did.
Yeah, I thought it was a bit embarrassing. I thought I was going to get absolutely like shouted at really badly, but luckily I didn't, and I didn't. Well, it wasn't my fault. It wasn't like I did it on purpose or anything, but yeah.
Let's see. Funny stories from me.
Didn't you have a story about a bird flying through the window or something?
Yeah, funny. One of the funniest stories I can remember. I think it was a geography class, and we were doing work on the computers. So we went down to an IT room, and it was warm that day. So the teacher left the door outside open, and a bird flew in through the door, landed on a table at the end of the room. And I was sat at the end closest to the table. I looked over and saw the bird and was like, what? And then the bird suddenly took off and started flying around the room in circles. Everyone else noticed. The girl started screaming and like ducking down like that.
Oh man, that sounds class. I wish I was.
Yeah, Yeah, no, but I was just sort of sat there, just like moving my head around like that, watching the bird flying around.
And everyone else was just
I didn't know what to do. Nobody else knew what to do.
Did it fly out, or did it have to get like picked up or something?
No, it tried to fly out and flew and face planted the window.
But I swear, like, flying animals are the biggest idiots. Like, they find the smallest space. Like, you look at a fly, it finds the smallest gap to get into your room. But when it's time for them to go home, time for them to leave, they cannot find a single gap. You can have a window wide open, and it just cannot seem to find it.
Yeah. Weird. Yeah, while the bird was just sort of on the ground, the teacher, he went to the classroom next door, which was food tech, and also his wife, and she managed to pick up the bird, and he opened the window, she chucked it out the window, and that was the end of that.
Wow.
Not something I'm going to forget.
I don't know if you remember this, but I don't know what year we were in. I think it might have been year 7 or year 8. But I was absolute raucous when one of the science teachers punched his fist through the window. Oh, right. So that. I think there was like, I don't know what had happened, but I can't remember this like fully. But all I can remember was, I think there was like a load of kids hanging around outside his lab, and he didn't want them there, so he was like banging on the window to try and stop them and like try and like get their attention so they can move, and he hit it a bit too hard and like smashed the window, and of course like someone came running through the school being like, oh, insert the teacher's name here, just smashed his window. So then everyone came, and like more people were there, and it just was he was trying to get rid of the people. He went and smashed the window, and then yeah, loads of dons just came and was just like there staring at the window.
I wish I was
that was quite funny. I'll tell you who it was after. I don't want to give away any teachers' names on this podcast, but yeah.
Yeah.
No. There has been like quite a bit of funny stuff going on at the school, but like some of it is probably not funny to you guys, so I'm not probably going to say it.
Let's see. I think Leavers Assembly ended up being a little bit embarrassing.
Yeah, just a bit for me. Okay, I know it's like it's aimed to be like something that is meant to embarrass the students before they leave, but oh my days.
Yeah, so if you don't know, we used to have a different channel.
We're not linking that in the description.
Most of our year group knew about it. Yeah, most of our year group knew about it. And it eventually got to the point where some of the teachers found out about it through a video that we'd rather forget ever happened.
1 second, guys. Sorry, I'll be back in a second. Might have to cut that out. I know we're breaking the rules of podcasting here, but that might have to be cut out.
Yeah.
My mum said good night to me, so yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. So yeah, most of the year group knew about our old channel, and some of the teachers found out about it through videos that we'd rather forget we ever did. And when it came to doing the Year 11 Leavers Assembly, the teacher in charge of that came to us saying, "Hey, we'd like to talk about your YouTube a little bit in the assembly." And I can't remember what video we recommended they use. But in the end, they went with an old our first version of the Get to Know Me tag.
Yeah, I really didn't want our videos to be shown, but they just did it anyway.
Yeah, I didn't mind them doing that so much, but kind of wish they could have chosen a better video.
Yeah, it wasn't the best video.
That Get to Know Me tag was it was my face reveal, which ended up being a bit embarrassing because. At the time, I wore a werewolf mask, and as part of the face reveal, I went, "No, we are not," and threw the mask on the floor.
Yeah.
And that part of the video got played to the whole year group, about 100 kids. And
it's fair to say, like 90% of them were just laughing at us, turning around, pointing, and everything.
Yeah, and me personally, I'm just glad they didn't show the "Are you single or taken?"
Oh, yeah, that would have been a bit embarrassing for you. But like, I mean, when we first started doing YouTube, it was something that we were both. Well, we didn't really know what would happen, so we were just telling people because we wanted people to see it and things. And then we kind of got. Well, I mean, I think me more than Callum got sort of picked on for it, I guess you could say. Yeah, like people would always like laugh at us for it, or it would like be like the only thing people would talk to me about, and they would be like just going on about it all the time. It used to just really wind me up. So yeah, I don't really. I mean, it might be the detriment of the channel, but I don't really like people knowing about it, just because, you know, yeah, like what we've witnessed.
Yeah. But yeah, Lever's assembly was a bit embarrassing because of that.
All the funny things that happened when I was at school. There must be more, a lot more. Can't really think of. It's hard to think when you're on the spot, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean those that we just mentioned are probably the stories I can remember best.
There must be other stuff. There must be other stuff like we did at school.
There's gotta be.
I mean, I enjoyed school up until about year 10, year 11. I think that's probably when people started. I wouldn't say picking on us more, but like people just turned into complete idiots and stuff, and it just sort of went. It went a bit downhill. But,
I really can't think of any more funny stories.
There must be loads. Like I said this before, but there must be loads. If we sat down and thought about it, we could probably come up with loads, but just can't really think.
Yeah. Maybe how I got my first girlfriend.
Yeah, I wouldn't say it's funny, but it's a story. You can go for it.
Yeah, I guess. So, it was near the end of year 7, about a week before my birthday. And I'd seen a distressing video in Science that morning. And to sort of cheer me up at break, as we were walking through the corridors, we passed some other girl in our year, and Jack said to her as a joke, "Will you go out with Callum?" And she said, "Yeah, if he wants to."
Yep.
And then by the end of the week, me and her were a couple.
Yeah, there we go.
That happened.
Yep. Fair play.
And,
I
we ended up being a couple for about 3 years.
If you want a wingman, just hit me up. I can't get a girlfriend for myself, but I can always get you one if you want. Yeah.
Yeah. Just by asking.
Yeah, I think I did it a lot. Like I'd just ask random people like random things just as a joke, and this time it actually worked.
Yeah, and me and that girl were together for just over 3 years in the end.
Fair play.
Well, that works out.
I tell you one of the sickest days of the year every year was the day. It was a half day before Christmas. That I used to love that day.
Oh, the last day of Christmas.
I mean, we'd go to like the local church, and there would always be like there'll be like students doing different different I don't know can't think of the word. So
songs and things.
Performances. That's what I was thinking of. And then the teachers would do something, which was quite funny. They'd always do some like dance or like remix of a song, which was pretty bants. But then. Like some of us would go back to school, like parents could come and pick you up from the church, but like most of us went back, and our tutor would just get he'd put Christmas songs on and get his Nerf gun out of his filing cabinet, and we'd just be there, all of us there, just like trying to shoot the whiteboard, or like if anyone messed about, the teacher would get the gun out and shoot them. Not a real gun, let me just say, not a real gun, the Nerf gun, and it was just bants. And like me and Callum would always end up like going back to one of each other's houses after it, and it was just class day. Always looked forward to that.
Yeah, and we finished the day at lunchtime as well that day. Like I said, it was just half the day.
Like those sorts of days where like the teachers just turn into the kids. It's funny. Like they just act like us. They just have a laugh. It's proper bants. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know we mentioned this a bit about this in the Get to Know Me. Was it the Get to Know best friend tag? But what was your favourite subject at school?
Oh, mine was history.
Fair enough. I think for me,
well, like I said in the video, it's because I'm a bit of a history nerd, so to speak. I like my history. And like I said, then my crush at the time was sat across the table from me. So
it's a different person to one I asked, isn't it?
Yeah, different person to the one you asked out for.
I think for me, it varied a bit. I think business is always a subject that I wouldn't say it's my favourite, like, based on enjoyment, but it's one that I've done at college. I'm doing an apprenticeship in business admin at the minute. It's just something that I'm kind of good at. Even though I did, it's weird, right? It was one of the subjects I was best at, and I was predicted a B in GCSE. Flopped the exam, got a D. Ended up studying it at college. Now doing an apprenticeship on it. It's the matters. I do like business. I think to me it's just common sense. Like you have to be. I don't know. I don't want to say stupid, but like most of the stuff is literally just like common sense. You get asked a question like, this person is looking to build a shop. Should they do it in this busy area or this quiet area? And you just have to basically look at the information and say which one's best. Like it's pretty self-explanatory. But in terms of enjoyment, I'd probably say either food tech. I quite enjoyed that, or I think my number one favourite PE.
Yeah.
PE was a goat subject.
Yeah, I enjoyed. Yeah, I only did food tech up until year 9 because I've tried to do it for GCSE options, but they had too many, so dropped me and about half
I was
to apply.
lucky enough to get in.
But I did enjoy food tech when I did.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. Me and sorry.
Yeah, PE was always a laugh.
PE was class, but me and one of my friends, in food tech, we were nicknamed Mucky Pup 1 and Mucky Pup 2 because we made a mess every time we cooked. We made an absolute mess. Like you saw, like some of the other people, like you get the girls, and they were like everything was neatly laid out and all clean. We just made an absolute mess. It was like a flour had just exploded everywhere. The sugar everywhere. We had an absolute mess. But yeah, it was class. And PE goat lesson, absolute goat lesson.
Yeah. And year 7 to year 9, you sort of take it seriously because you do kind of get graded in that. But once you got to year 10 and year 11, the grades were thrown out the window, and you could just.
It was just bants. Like, I mean, we had to do stuff in like year 7 or whatever, year 8. We had to like learn how to dance and stuff like that. That was a bit peak.
Yeah, I wasn't a bit.
And like gymnastics was fun. Like some of the stuff where you'd leg it down the hall and like jump over like a what they call like a springboard. That was pretty cool. But my favourite sort of stuff in PE, obviously football. Like I don't know if you can tell, I'm a huge football fan, and stuff like rounders or whatever. Like rounders was so cool.
Yeah, rounders. Basketball, badminton.
Yeah,
those were usually
rounders, absolutely incredible.
Yeah, always enjoyed playing rounders in PE.
I remember on the induction days, I got a merit for getting a rounder. I managed to hit the ball. She had it in the furthest position away from any of the fielders, and I managed to get around her. So yeah, but it was sick. Like we did it when we did it in the hall. I managed to like smash the ball. They had like these, I don't know what you call them. They're like the, you know what they're called? Those things that like, it's like long like that, and then they have bits like sticking up onto the wall. Onto the ceiling, I mean.
Long like things sticking onto the ceiling. What the you on about the net?
Kind of. They're like can't remember what they're called, but it's like it goes like that long ways across the hall, and it's like it's got like metal bits sticking up to like hold the ceiling up.
I think.
Yeah, I managed to get the ball like jammed in one of them when I was playing around this, but yeah, just.
I always thought somebody would have done that at some point.
What else did we do? Cricket.
So, basketball, badminton, cricket,
hockey.
Tennis.
Rugby.
Yeah, hockey we did. Rugby as well.
I enjoyed doing like the like practice bit in rugby. When it came to the game, I bricked it every time I got the ball. I just bricked it.
Yeah, I wasn't a fan of rugby.
Yeah.
And luckily, the teacher, he let me, I think you and a couple of others just sort of, he just
Oh
gave us a
yeah,
rugby ball and
that
just let
was
us
that
pass
was
it
pretty
around by
cool. We managed
ourselves.
to set our own games up. Because we were like little weaklings compared to some of the big lads.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
you had
yeah,
your
I
leg at the
did.
time, and I just wasn't comfortable with playing proper rugby with the other bigger lads who would have easily just
Yeah,
knocked
and
me
I
out. But,
think there was two others. Oh, two or
yeah,
three
two or
others.
three
Yeah.
others.
Well, yeah. Even our teacher was an absolute. He was an absolute G, wasn't he? Yeah. Like you'd
Yeah,
have
he
like
was great.
nicknames for the students and like little inside jokes. It was proper class. Yeah. What was your least favourite sport in PE?
Recording with Jack. Put that out.
Yeah. What was your least favourite PE sport?
Least favourite sport in PE.
Oh,
I don't
actually,
like I said earlier, I wasn't a fan of the dancing or the
I
gymnastics.
nearly got
things that we
made
did.
to do a dance performance in a school talent contest. Yeah, I don't know if you
Yeah.
remember this,
Yeah, I remember
but there was
that.
like a couple of our French teacher. One of our French teachers was also a PE teacher, and there was she like said, "Oh, we're looking to do a I think it was a High School Musical dance in the talent contest," and a couple of lads like jokingly volunteered. So I was kind of friends with them, and some of them were a bit of the popular lads, and I wanted to join in with them. So I was like, "Oh yeah, I'll do it." So I put my name down, and then none of them turned up to practice. I did, and then like 1 week practice got called off. I think I missed another one, and then I was like, It was I either went to Rounders Club, or did this dancing thing. And I was just sat there waiting to tell the teacher I wanted to leave and do Rounders. Rounders Club got cancelled because there wasn't enough people, and I was like, people wanted to beat me up. Not really, but they were well annoyed with me because they couldn't play Rounders. Because oh man, I was this close to and doing dancing in front of like loads of family, like loads of just bare people's family. But I managed to get out of it because I thought they were being serious and they'd actually turn up, but none of them did. And I was almost there having to do this High School Musical dance in front of like loads of people's parents. Instead, my job was just to like wind up the curtains and open them again. But yeah, I was that close to doing bloody dancing in the school. Oh my days! I think dancing for me is probably my least favourite thing.
Yeah. All I can remember from that is my group. We had to dance to Michael
so
Jackson's
did we,
Thriller. But we were there like dancing, like,
Yeah, it was
doing
like
this
that,
and
yeah.
turning around and doing it that way.
And I think we had to get like basketballs or something involved.
I just felt so stupid.
I think we did one
Yeah, I
dance
felt
where
so
we had like
stupid doing
basketballs, and me and you were like bouncing them. So it was like going like, so you were going this way backwards, and I was going this way backwards. It ended up like we had to hit each other and like pretend to start dancing. I don't know if you can remember that, but yeah, it was weird.
Can kind of remember that.
I mean, I just thought of two things that we missed out on the list: circuit training and the gym. The gym was sick. I loved going to the
circuit
gym,
training
but
is-
circuit training was peak.
Yeah.
When we had to do the what was it called? The bleep test. That was peak.
where we had to run from one side of the hall to the other
Yeah.
before
I mean,
bleep
I don't know if
started.
you can tell. I'm very unfit, and back then, I recently had like operations on my knees, so I couldn't. I still can't run. I couldn't run then. I was so unfit, and I was absolutely out. The time with like people were, only just started. It was a light jog for most people, but I was there on the floor, absolutely done.
I remember doing
Yeah.
all right in those as well.
Yeah, it's just got me thinking as well. Sports day.
And
Sports day. That was a mixture.
Yeah, I'm not the biggest fan of sports.
I mean, I love a good sports. I love sports. Like, I get really competitive and stuff, but I'm not good at it at all. Like, I'm not good at sports in the slightest, but I love sport. And I'd like always try and psych myself up, like pretend it was the Olympics, and I'd always just absolutely flop.
Yeah, most of them would treat it like it
Yeah.
was the Olympics, and
Most of the like athletic cool kids would treat it like it's the Olympics. What events did you do? We both did the 100 meters, didn't we?
The only ones, the only ones I can remember doing are 100-meter races every year. Because they made it compulsory for you to sign up for at least one event. So I just signed up for the 100 meters because that was the quickest and easiest
I think
one
I
to
did
do.
the 100 meters. I was leg one of the relay once. Fair to say we came last.
I think I might have done the relay once.
I did the 1500 meters once, where me and one of my other friends just walked around. We just walked the whole way until right at the end where we ran.
Oh yeah, they let you do that.
Because I was literally like a couple of months back from an operation. What else did I do? Javelin, shot put. I was terrible at them all, but it was fun. Yeah. Right, quick, because my camera's about to run out again. We've been going for quite a while. I've got about 5 minutes.
Yeah.
What would you say? Last question. What would you say? Should we do favourite school trip?
Favourite school trip? Well, the only two that I can remember are the the two trips that I mentioned earlier in this video, which were the trips both done by the history teacher to Harry Potter Studio and the trip to the Welsh castles. And I didn't go on the castles trip. So.
Oh, didn't you? Did you go to the Deep?
The Deep. I've been to the Deep, but I don't think that was.
I think we went with school. I don't know if.
Trip.
I don't know if it was. I think you were sick everywhere on the way. Sorry if I exposed that. Do you remember?
I've definitely been sick on a school trip.
I think
before,
it was to the Deep. Yeah, that was when we had like those what were they called? Not enrichment days, but like before we had like a week before the 6 weeks holiday where we could just. It was just a week where you could sign up to go on like whatever trip you fancied.
Oh, yeah.
They weren't called enrichment days. That's something different. That's it. Activity days. They were pretty cool. What was the best one of those I did? Oh, London. The London trip was part of the activity days. But I think my favourite trip has to probably be the Paralympics or going to watch England at Wembley. That was actually pretty cool. Like the head teacher drove us in a minibus all the way from where we lived to the Wembley Stadium, which was pretty cool. But yeah. We did
the only trip I can remember going on is the Harry Potter Studio tour, so it'd have to be that for me.
Just trying to think if you went on any other trips. We've littered this with secondary school stuff. Do you remember anything from primary school?
The only thing I can kind of remember, like off the top of my head, is our Leavers Assembly from Year 6.
Oh yeah.
When I think I can remember us all being on the stage and most of us were crying.
Yeah, I wasn't on the stage actually. I was in charge of doing the lights, which was the worst job ever. Literally, all I had to do was turn the lights on at the start and turn them off when someone off the stage. Like, I couldn't put a spotlight on when someone was singing, anything. That's all I could do. A waste of time. But yeah, the real job I wanted to do was play the music. I thought I'd be an absolute legend playing the music. But yeah, I remember one Christmas play. I don't even know how I got the role, but I got given the role of the little angel, the main part in the play called the little angel, and that was me. Why did I get that?
Oh, in the
they made like a spin on it where there was like an angel who basically got lost, and they gave it to me. But yeah, I didn't have any lines to say, so yeah.
I can remember.
Mad.
I can remember whenever we did the Christmas plays, and I had to be part of them. They just let me sit at the front with the others who didn't want to take part, and just let us sit there and sing the songs.
Yeah. Well, my camera's coming to an end, so probably best if we wrap up now.
Yeah, good idea. Been going for.
It's been good going down memory lane. I've enjoyed it.
Yeah. I'm gonna need to see if we can revisit.
I could talk about
point.
school for ages.
Yeah. I think we only talked about the good stuff and not the bad here. So
I mean, once I get on a topic, I could just keep going on and on and on and on, as you probably have already noticed. But yeah, I think we'll call it to an end now then.
Yeah. So suppose if you've made it this far, thanks very much for watching or listening.
Yeah. If you got to this far, it probably shows you enjoy the channel. So hit the like and subscribe button.
Yeah, that greatly helps. I suppose I'll just have to finish off then. Right. Jack's camera's just stopped, but he says goodbye. And I suppose since I've got nothing else to say, thanks very much for watching, and bye-bye.